In today's video, we visit the Kingdom of Cambodia, including Siem Reap, the gateway to the World Heritage Site Angkor Wat. We explain in depth some of the things that will help you to ensure you have an amazing time when you travel to Cambodia. We travel in style, including at a time in a Bentley, witness a new record for the number of people on a single scooter, fly to Phnom Penh on Cambodian Angkor Air, and thoroughly investigate all the food options that are on offer. Some are harder to swallow than others, and we take in the nightlife. Join us as we explore the Kingdom of Cambodia. This should be fun.
We've just arrived from Bangkok here to Siem Reap on Royal Thai. Fantastic flight. Check Ewan's review on that. The airport is new and absolutely beautiful, very quiet, going through immigration customs, went by very quickly. Today we've got a food tour tonight. Tomorrow we're doing Angkor Wat, and then we're going to do the floating village the following day before we fly out to Phnom Penh. And in Phnom Penh, we're going to be doing the killing fields and exploring Phnom Penh as well. So come and join us. We'll give you some tips on what we found worked well and what didn't. So just follow us along.
So we've arrived at the airport. We're in our tuk-tuk. The bags are carefully secured at the back. Maybe I overemphasized the careful part.
It is strapped down.
It is strapped. Well, that qualifies. Safe as safe can be. Off to the hotel, Ibis Styles. I'm not quite sure how long a ride. I think it's probably only 15 minutes. But anyway, we're really pleased to be in Cambodia and in Siem Reap. Well, no excuse. It turns out the brand new airport is 1 hour drive from the centre of Siem Reap. So it will be a quick change at the hotel, and then we'll head out for our food tour. We'll give you more information about the hotel later, because it's a perfect place to stay. Now we're meeting up with Mr. Long, who will be our food guide this evening, and he turns out to be just delightful. We end up visiting 3 different areas on the tour, which lasts for about 3 hours, and was thoroughly enjoyable. Come with us.
While he's squeezing, he use one slide of this.
Right.
What do we call it? Kind of our own small orange.
Yeah. Tangerine.
Yeah. And they use one slide of lime as well. It will be squeezed together with all of this. Right?
Yep.
And we will actually have it with fish green soup. It looks like curry, but it's not actually curry.
What is it? Fish green soup.
Yeah, kind of our own Khmer, we call it Khmer soup.
Oh,
Or
okay.
noodles. We won't actually
It smells nice.
we won't actually see the fish meat at all, because the fish meat is pounded with all of those ingredient paste. And next one, after the noodles, we're gonna be having this pancake.
Ah, that
Cambodian
looks nice.
savory pancake or
Okay.
pancake. Why is it yellow, do you think?
No.
Turmeric.
Turmeric and
What is egg?
So partially right.
rice flour.
Yes, the rice flour.
Rice flour.
Yeah.
And the last one we're gonna have is the nom kruok. We call it nom kruok. It's only stick rice ball, and inside of it, it's sweet corn, and spring onion, the garlic leaf and sweet corn inside. Gonna be served with a little bit sweet coconut milk and palm sugar.
Nice.
Sounds nice.
And what are those?
Small plastic spoon. It's called songba, fermented fish. I don't recommend that for you. Just
No.
a bit.
What is it?
The fish meat,
Fermented fish.
but it's
No.
sour and a little bit bony.
Because I read somewhere that you do sticky rice in banana leaves. Yeah. No? Or is that the wrong country?
Yeah. Sticky
Yeah.
rice and banana leaf with dried banana.
Yeah.
So I've been working behind the scenes, operating the camera, and of course Monique's been doing all the eating. So she's finally let me have some of the dinner. And the soup as part of the noodles is really flavoursome. You can really taste the coconut milk. And the noodles are just divine.
It's quite a different taste, isn't it?
It's not a taste that I'm familiar with, but it's really quite pleasant.
I can't quite describe what it is, but it's got that lovely coconut, slightly fish flavour, but
Combination
really
of,
light.
of things that are quite amazing. The setting's lovely and authentic. A lot of the locals are out. Yeah, absolutely delightful. Cheers.
Sliced green mango and wood apple mixed together. That is the pickled mangoes.
Okay.
Mango pickles. This is the baby green mangoes. Chun plum, that's mangoes again. Guava, and that's Cambodian turnip.
Oh, that's what
you
you're
have
showing.
for
Yeah.
deep fried spring roll.
Yeah.
And locals, for us, the younger generation, we like eating all of this as the snack. But
Now as you get older, no?
yeah. Deep fried silkworms.
Deep fried silkworms.
And the small grasshoppers.
Oh, and grasshoppers.
Yes.
You want to try any?
No.
No, I didn't think.
And the jackfruit, the ripe jackfruit.
Wow.
We do see like chili, laughing lamb leaf, spring onion, or
And how would you eat that?
those who are having strong tummy, they eat the whole stuff. But we who are a bit bigger, we pick up the wings and the spiky legs. So to me, it doesn't work well with my tummy at all. I don't. When I eat, it just like have parts of it, not the whole stuff.
Yeah.
So
Nah,
no, I think we skipped that.
we'll skip that.
We finished the night with a brief walk down Pub Street, which is right by the Ibis Styles Hotel where we were staying. It's a great place for a few drinks before or after dinner. It's very lively. We didn't want to stay too long because we had a really early start in the morning. We were being picked up at the hotel very early, just after 4 in the morning, to enjoy a sunrise at Angkor Wat. And well, good morning from Angkor Wat. Now, Angkor Wat is a Hindu Buddhist temple complex located on a site measuring about 402 acres, and it's the ancient Khmer capital of Angkor. Now, don't think for a minute that you'll be there by yourself. Literally thousands join you for the sunrise. Originally constructed in 1150 CE as a Hindu temple dedicated to the deity of Vishnu, it was gradually transformed into a Buddhist temple towards the end of the century. Angkor Wat was built at the behest of the Khmer king Suryavarman II in the early 12th century. It was to be his state temple and eventually his mausoleum. Now, Angkor Wat combines two basic plans of the Khmer temple architecture, the Temple Mountain and later the Galleried Temple. I'm going to let you enjoy the visuals and stop making any sort of commentary. You just need to visit this place. It is stunningly beautiful. you certainly get some magnificent views, but be very careful on your way down. It's very steep indeed. Now let me show you around the Ibis Style Hotel where we're staying. Beautiful foyer as you walk in. Hong, who's been looking after us the entire time, has been wonderful. Really appreciate it. Great little lounge area at the beginning. Now the restaurant has been really good, and of course as an Angkor member you get to use all your benefits. So if you're a Angkor Plus, you can take 50% off your dining, and so that really helps. You've got a great view towards the river outside. The food was spectacular, the staff were amazing, the bar was lovely. Of course, as an Angkor Plus member, you get a complimentary drink when you arrive, so Monique and I enjoyed that. Let's take you up towards the pool and our room. And again, remember, this was $37 a night, right in the heart of Siem Reap. So, as I said, one of the critical first steps, we booked a really nice hotel, really well located in the heart of downtown sort of Siem Reap. It's the Ibis Styles. You know, I really find the hotel just absolutely perfect for our needs. It's got good closet space, television, and a double bed. It's got a wife, which is always handy.
Oh, wife is looking hot and bothered.
Yeah, well, that's okay. You've just come back from a long day tour. Remember, this is $37 a night US, so it's pretty affordable. And in the bathroom, you close that, and here you have your shower. Right, so $37 US a night, good value, really well located, right down by the river, by the night market. I highly recommend it. We think it was great, and for $37 US you can't go wrong. Here's a quick look at the hotel pool. It was elevated, so you got some lovely sunsets. As I said, very close to the night market. There's a nice lounging area, great little hotel pool. So on day 3 we set off to the floating village, and we decided to take the Bentley. We'd actually befriended a tuk-tuk driver who told us his name was Mr. Lucky Man, so with that and no expenses spared, we hired him to take us out on an adventure for the day. Nice glimpses of the rice field as we worked our way towards the floating village. Now, once we get to the lake, we'll need to hire a small boat that will take us out. Now, Mr. Lucky Man did all the organisation and would provide us a lot more information once we got to the floating pontoons. But it's quite stunning to see how these families live. Frequently when it floods, the houses are still fine, that's why they're built on stilts, but it's a fascinating way of life.
So Lucky Man, tell me about the lake, how long it is, and a little bit about the lake.
Yes, I want to tell you and every guest. So Tonle Sap Lake is very bigger. It's from the north to south. It's around 60 kilometers, and to west to east long to Phnom Penh that around 350 kilometers.
Wow.
So very bigger. So in Cambodia they have 4 lakes: Tonle Mekong Lake, and Tonle Basa, and Tonle Chak Damuk, and also Tonle Sap Lake.
Right.
And then they call in here they call a floating village.
Yeah.
So this Tonle Sap Lake, a lot of many kind of fish, so I cannot count because in it's a floating market. They have the map, and they have on the wall they have a
All
show
the
kind of
fishes.
fish.
Yeah.
Kind of fish. Yeah.
And did you tell me you could take a boat from here to Phnom Penh?
Yes.
Is that true?
In-
How many hours? Is it?
Around the driving boat from fast boat from Siem Reap to Phnom Penh around at 6 hours, because my friend from Australia 10 years ago they drive boat from Phnom Penh to Siem Reap. It's 6 hours.
6 hours.
Yeah, 6 hours.
Wow.
But a driving boat in raining season,
Right,
6
only
months
in
and
rainy
6 months, so dry season cannot driving boat.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh.
So we thought we'd share with you a couple of things that we feel you might find really helpful with visiting Siem Reap, Cambodia. First of all, can we talk about money? Now, money. So the Cambodian real is the currency, and for all intents and purposes it's controlled, and it's pretty much useless outside of Cambodia, but it's certainly useful when you're in Cambodia. And every rial is basically, 4,000 rial is worth $1 US. So you will ask the question, what currency should I bring? Should I bring US dollars and convert it to rial? Well, the answer is yes. Actually, both work. We found that, in fact, frequently all the restaurants would advertise in US dollars, and if you pay by credit card, the transaction will be in US dollars. But they also, on the invoices, they would have the Cambodian rial amount, and of course you could pay in rial cash. If you paid in US dollars, you won't necessarily get US dollar change back, and we found that a little annoying. So we basically, for big purchases where we weren't expecting to get much change back, we use US dollars, and for smaller we would use rial. Now if you're from the US, you have a real advantage. Obviously you can get smaller denominations. From New Zealand and even in Canada, we found it really hard to get smaller US denomination notes. It was always 20s, 50s and 100s, which is really frustrating. But if you're an American and you can easily get access to $1 bill, $5 bills, 10, 20s and 50s, you're much better off. So again, we had both US cash and rial, 4,000 rial to the $1 US. You can pick up rial on arrival at the airport, and small denominations, US dollar is best. And if you pay by credit card, then it will be in US dollars. So we thought that would be helpful.
Yeah, and actually credit cards are quite used everywhere. So you know, we've been to restaurants where they've accepted credit cards, obviously tour operators and whatnot. So the credit card is well accepted and well used.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So getting around, there are basically two apps that would recommend you download. Grab, which is used a lot throughout Southeast Asia, and Pass app, which is also the other app that is quite popular here in Cambodia. We took a tuk-tuk from the new airport, which is 40 kilometers out of Siem Reap. It cost us $18 US and an hour and a half to get into town.
It was fully air conditioned.
It was air conditioned, and we got to see lots of cows and the marvelous new roads that have been built out to the airport.
Funded by the Chinese.
Yes, the Chinese have certainly invested heavily in infrastructure here. So Pass app and Grab are the way to go in terms of transport. You can order your tuk-tuk. Again, be ready, particularly at the airport, be ready when you order your tuk-tuk to actually get onto it. And cars. Really.
Now, one thought I had, Monique, was once you order your tuk-tuk and you walk out the airport, you're going to be approached by a number of people saying, you know, do you need a taxi? My rate's slightly cheaper. I'll give you a better deal. Do not do that. Stick to the grab that you've ordered. You do not want to be jumping in with some stranger. The Grab app gives you some really good security, so please don't fall for that trick. Sorry. It's the father in me.
It's the father in you. Yeah, so, you know, transport's easy. Tuk-tuks are around everywhere. Most of the drivers speak English, and, you know, they'll want to sort of get to know you and offer to take you to Angkor Wat, to the Tonle Sap Lake and whatnot, and, you know, that's up to you if you want to sort of develop that relationship with the driver and go out. We decided for Angkor Wat, we decided we would do a sunrise tour, which worked out really well. It was a beautiful
It was
tour.
way too early.
My husband bought me coffee at 4 o'clock in the
Yeah.
morning.
Yeah,
Otherwise, I don't know if it would have worked well.
way too early.
Way too early for me. But yes, so for Angkor Wat, of course, that's why people really come to Siem Reap. We decided to do a tour, the sunrise tour, and it was very good value. One of the things they do say is that you need to get your...
Sorry, the sound man
Sorry.
making some adjustments.
Drop the mic. Sorry about that. It wasn't. Yeah, so you can get. You need to buy your tickets to go into Siem Reap or into Angkor Wat. Sorry, and you can either do that going through to the ticket office, or you can now actually do it online and get a digital ticket. So I think it's angkorwatenterprise.com, and just go on and get your digital ticket. And be prepared, you've got to take a picture, whether or not you get it from a ticket office or digitally, they do take your picture. We got a one-day pass because we've got very limited time here. But if you were wanting to do several days out at the temple, I wasn't going to put Ewan through that because he's not a temple kind of guy. No. But if you did want to do that, it would be nice to maybe the first day you do a tour, get familiar, get some insight from a guide, and then just pick up a tuk-tuk and go out and explore as you want with your 3-day pass.
I find it really how Monique explained it. Look, it's a national park, and there are multiple temples within the national park. And Angkor Wat is the largest. The second one I really enjoyed was the lost temple. Was it? Well, that's what Indiana Jones said. Wasn't it?
You see, he's not into temples and that sort of stuff.
But it was Indiana Jones.
No, it's Tomb Raider.
Tomb Raider. All right, so Indiana Jones wasn't involved at all?
No,
Okay.
no, you're mixing up Harrison Ford and Angelina Jolie.
I like Angelina. Okay, so, but anyway, if you were somebody who really is into temples and you want to go back, sure, a 3-day pass. I'd had enough by midday, and I love to travel, but I'd seen 4 temples, and look, it was wonderful, but a temple's a temple. Did I say that? Just some other little advice. You'll obviously know you need a visa for Cambodia. Truly, I've only had one beer, Cambodia, and you apply online. Use the government site. It's the most cost effective. It will be $37. You do it all online. You upload a photo, and then a few days, and then they'll send you a link. Here's the point: don't try to do it too early. And the other thing, remember, is you need to pay by your credit card, and most credit cards will block transactions in Cambodia. So I ended up having to call my bank in New Zealand. I was in New Zealand, but calling them and saying, look, I'm trying to do a transaction through a Cambodian website. And they said, all right, well, we'll permit that for the next 2 hours on your credit card. So you might need to do that. But once you get your visa, it's all electronic. But here's the thing that's just recently changed. You also then on arrival need to fill in a yellow landing card. Now the airlines frequently forget to tell you that. We lined up, got to the customs guy, and were doing really well. He was about to take our fingerprints, and then he asked for this darn yellow card, and we were sent to the back of the line, had to fill it in. But we witnessed a number of people who had actually realised that you could do the yellow card electronically. So this is
it's a new thing.
It's a new thing, which is cool. So you need your visa, and you should do your landing card electronically as well, and you'll whiz through the immigration process. Sorry, I interrupted you.
That's quite all right, but you did bring up a point about credit card transactions, and I did say that credit cards are accepted everywhere. So maybe, as Ewan said, let your bank know that you are traveling. It's not a bad idea to let your bank know that you're traveling, particularly if you're going to countries that have sometimes suspicious transactions. That way they know that they're not going to stop your card because all of a sudden they see transactions happening in Cambodia. So that's always a good tip. It's just to let your bank know we're going to Cambodia, and expect to see some transactions while you're there.
All right, we won't take any more of your time. We're about to go look at the night market. Monique's really keen to eat some bugs, and it's the atmosphere is quite live and exciting. Anyway, we'll speak to you soon. We grabbed a car this time rather than a tuk-tuk via the Grab app to get us back to the airport for our flight to the kingdom's capital, Phnom Penh. Now, the domestic terminal was very quiet. In fact, there was just one flight on the departure board. That's cool. It was our flight. Hi from Siem Reap International Airport. In fact, it's a brand new airport. It's only been open for 6 weeks, funded mostly by the Chinese government. Now, tonight we're flying Cambodian Angkor Air between Siem Reap and Phnom Penh. Flight time of just under an hour. It's on the ATR. Now, the airline's been around since 2009. It operates to 21 destinations, mostly in Vietnam, Cambodia and China, but also Bangkok and Hong Kong. It's got a mixed fleet, ATRs, A320s, and they've just recently got an A321. So let's go and fly this boutique airline of Cambodia. Our chariot has just arrived, the ATR 72-500. I see they've shut down one of the engines for the taxi in to save a bit of fuel. That makes sense. Now, this aircraft tonight, registration is X-Ray Uniform 236, serial number 0906. It's 14 years old. It has 74 seats, and the power plant's the Pratt & Whitney. Looking at the livery, it looks like it hasn't been updated in a while. A little faded. Now, Vietnam Airlines, I am very keen to fly them sometime soon. I hear they're great.
Plenty of leg room.
Dense?
Not so much.
First impressions of the cabin, a little worn, a couple of things non-operative, but otherwise the crew very friendly.
So we're expecting to be on an A320, 21?
We were, but they did a quick change.
And we're now on an ATR?
ATR.
And I can see why the load factor is good for an ATR, but it would be really sad for an A320.
Monique is as passionate about aviation as I am. She ran our airport operations for Kiwi International and used to load the A320, so knows a little bit about it. Now, it was a very short flight. There was no in-flight service, and it was raining in Phnom Penh, so I didn't really bother capture the landing. We arrived at 8:30, grabbed our bags, grabbed a grab and headed into the Tribe Hotel, which is another Accor brand in Phnom Penh, overlooking the Mekong. Come and have a look. So we're staying at an Accor hotel. It's called the tribe, and we've never stayed at this sort of brand within the Angkor group, but we are thinking it's pretty cool.
Very funky place.
Always love the warm welcome you get. Great little coffee machine. Monique identified a place to put our bags under the bed.
So well thought of.
Pretty cool.
I mean, pretty cool.
And apparently the toiletries are important.
Yes, very nice product.
Okay, nice little sink,
Yes. The bathroom is very cool.
but tiny.
It's very cool.
Now,
Could use some space.
I think there's a balcony, because I think I ordered a balcony, and there is a balcony. What's that? I always like a balcony. It's an IQ test. No, I can't. Oh, hello. Oh, there's water out there.
Oh, it's a swimming pool.
And our swimming pool. And lots of apartment buildings, which is wonderful. And the river,
Right there.
the Mekong. Hello, Mekong. So back inside. Nice double bed, queen size, I think. It's really quite funky. Hi everyone. Bathroom. There's a toilet. But I love the tiles. It's so nicely done. So, if I forgot to tell you, we're obviously in Phnom Penh, and this is our hotel. Stay tuned for the adventure.
We're off to go and get our free drink.
Ah, that's right. I was thinking about that.
Good morning. We are in Phnom Penh and just ordered a tuk-tuk on Grab to go and do our laundry.
It's one of those things. We've been on the road now for 8 days since the last time we've had a washing machine, and you need to wash your smalls.
Yeah.
So once we get that sorted, we'll drop it off. Then we're on to the next place. Where are we going?
Royal Palace.
Sounds like fun. So we've dropped our laundry off. It's $1
Per kilo.
Per kilo. Monique's standing on her tippy toes so she can. Yeah. So great. Looks like it's air dried with a bit of street vibe. Anyway, so we're now off to the palace.
Oh, did you grab that?
Yeah.
Well, that was a whole lot of official cars zooming in front of the Royal Palace here in Phnom Penh. You kind of forget that Cambodia is a kingdom. It has a very interesting history with its monarch. The current king's father was on the throne during the Khmer Rouge period, so very interesting. So the palace is a huge complex. It costs $10 to get into it, and it is open from 8:30 through to 10:30 and then reopens at 2.
As the sun begins to set, we're heading to catch a sunset cruise along the Mekong. We've got a busy day tomorrow with a departure in the afternoon, and we're visiting S21, the Genocide Museum, which will be horrifying but a must. So join us on the sunset
We
cruise.
are doing a sunset cruise on the Mekong River. As you can see behind me, the sun is spectacular. We've had an amazing day cruising on the famous and infamous Mekong. Looking forward to a barbecue on board, and with the Mekong magic, it is free flow beer, so we'll be having fun tonight. Tomorrow we're going to sit down and sort of talk through what we learned, what worked really well, what we loved about Cambodia, and what we would do differently. Those tips, that things we wish we knew at the time. So we're going to go and enjoy our beer and the barbecue, and we'll talk to you later. So we finished our cruise on the Mekong, and as we were getting back to the hotel, Ewan spotted a place for dessert. So we had to stop and get a tiramisu cake. And interestingly, this time I gave them $5 and they gave me change with $2 and then Rial. Now on our first night here, we kind of feel that we may have gotten gypped a bit with the Rial, not knowing the currency. And if you look at the currency like this, it's actually really hard to determine what it is. And when you're traveling, that's usually the hardest thing, right? It's currency you don't know, you're unfamiliar with. And so my little trick is always to try and find where it's really easy to see. And with the Rial, you can see here the 100's pretty easy to see. So I just kind of put the money, sorry, I'll get there, the money in such a way that for me, it's really easy to see what denomination is what. Because let's face it, it's hard when it's a currency you don't know.
And 4,000 Rial is $1.
That's right. So at the moment, 4,000 Rial is $1. So that's a quick calculation for you. But this makes it really easy. You can see very quickly what denomination each note is, and you're not going to get kerfuffled or taken advantage of. So take a moment, get familiar with it, and in this instance with the Rial, it's easy to do it this way rather than the way the currency is that you would normally sort of kind of look at it. Anyway, that's my little dealing with foreign currency and making it easy for you to make sure you know what denominations your currency is.
The term killing fields refers to a number of different sites throughout Cambodia where 1.3 million people were murdered in a genocide at the hands of the communist Khmer Rouge. A visit to the S21 infamous prison and now a genocide museum is a must visit to discover Cambodia's dark and heart-wrenching past.
We are coming to the end of our stay in the Kingdom of Cambodia, and I must say I have fallen in love with Cambodia. It is a beautiful country. The people are so warm and welcoming, and there isn't enough that they can do for you. What I've learned, or what we have learned, is if we were to do it differently, I think we would have spent much more time in Siem Reap. Obviously, Angkor Wat is the draw to Siem Reap. If you're really into temples, get the 3-day pass, and I would say do your first day as a tour, and then the next day is just take a tuk-tuk and go out. I think we would also have done, rather than the killing fields in Phnom Penh, would have done the killing fields close to Siem Reap, the Wat Themi killing fields, which also has the landmine museums, and the Apapo Center, which is where they train rats to smell out mines, and would have loved to have done that, but the way we had planned it, we didn't quite work that out. In Siem Reap, would have done the Kulin Falls rather than the floating village. It was a lovely trip in the floating village, but I think during the wet season it would be much more interesting. In hindsight, would have preferred to have done the Kulin Falls and perhaps the elephant sanctuary. So those would be the things that would have done and spent maybe 3.5, maybe even 4 days in Siem Reap. Phnom Penh is a beautiful city. It's a big city. Of course, people come to Phnom Penh because it does have the largest killing fields at Chunwik. I think I pronounced that right, probably not. And the S21 Museum, which is the prison where a lot of people were sent and killed. Apart from that, you've got the Royal Palace and some of the other temples around Phnom Penh. So really, I would probably have spent much more time in Siem Reap. It's easier to get to Siem Reap now than it ever has been before. Great flights now so that you can fly easily to Phnom Penh, but you can also fly to Chinookville, which is sort of the stepping stone for the big islands. So hopefully I'm going to try and convince you to book us to go back to Siem Reap, do a couple of those things we didn't do, and then go fly to Chinookville and take a boat or ferry off to Koron, one of those beautiful islands. So overall, the Kingdom of Cambodia is beautiful, a wonderful destination, still really affordable to come to. Spend much more time in Siem Reap. Phnom Penh is a big city, and really a day and a half is all you need. So hopefully we will be back soon.
Please subscribe to the channel and give us the thumbs up. Your support's appreciated.